Would you call the BRICS nations' attempt at using another currency fragile and untested? Sure, absolutely. And this is something that nobody's talking about. Okay, let's just say that they tried to replace the dollar. How do you know it's going to succeed? Well, let's just say that they try to de-dollarize. How do you know it's going to work? How do you know their currency is going to work? You don't. So my point is, I don't know of any reserve currency that was implemented. I don't know of any global reserve currency that was created by decree. Now, maybe you guys can point out one that I'm not thinking of, but I don't know that there has been one. So how does a global currency, reserve currency, come about? Not tops down, bottoms up. People, entities, businesses just start doing more and more and more business with that country. That country's economy grows to where more countries, more entities in those countries want to do business with the consumers, the entities in that country whose economy is becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger percentage of global GDP. And the central planners don't have to say, from today on, we are using the yuan as the global reserve currency, and you have to do it. No, the market's already doing that. And so someone might point to Bretton Woods, but no, that was just the central planners coming in and saying, okay, here's how the system's going to work moving forward. But the dollar was already the reserve currency. The United States already had all the gold. Why? From doing business, from the economy growing. That's how you'd get all the gold. And that's why they could peg the dollar to it. But my point is, this transition happened way before 1944. And again, it didn't happen as a result of the U.S. president coming in and saying, darn it, we want the global currency or the global reserve currency, and we're sick and tired of dealing with these British, and they don't deserve to have the global reserve currency anymore. So we're going to come in and just do business with XYZ country, and we're only going to trade back and forth with dollars, just to show those British people how stupid they are, that they can't, because they've been weaponizing the British pound. No, no. What happened, maybe there was some of that rhetoric, but what really happened is the United States economy just did better and better and better and better, grow. And as you would imagine, if you're a business in Britain, or if you're a business in Spain or Argentina or something like that, you're going to be like, wow, I'm getting all these customers from the United States. Wow, I'm having to buy so many of my inputs from the United States. Wow, I better hold some US dollars. Kind of a no-brainer, right? But you see, again, that happens bottoms up, not tops down. So getting back to your question specifically, when will the dollar start to lose reserve status? I think it already has started that process. Now, it's by no means complete, but it'll just happen gradually. If the world becomes more bifurcated, which it most likely will, then those BRIC countries, and the entities within those BRIC countries will want to do more and more business with one another. And when they want to do more and more business, they'll want to hold each other's currencies. And regardless of what the government says, right? And even right now, if the government comes in and says, we're going to use, we're going to trade oil for yuan, or we're going to create a new BRIC currency. Okay, does that mean that the entities are going to use it? Like, think about that. If they come in Turkey, let's say they're in hyperinflation, and all of these entities in Turkey right now are staying afloat and succeeding or prospering because they're using the dollar. They got rid of those stupid lira. They're not using them anymore. Okay, well, let's say the Turkish government comes in and says, okay, we're starting a brand new currency, a brand new lira. In fact, we're going to make it, we're going to do something that's never been done before. We're going to take a basket of all these currencies and throw them in here, or we're going to back our currency with gold. And then you just need to trust us that you're going to be able to redeem the gold. And, would you trust that government that just hyperinflated the lira with your entire life savings? I don't know. Or would you say, okay, government, yeah, you can go take your stupid little gold currency and pound sand. Now, I might sit back and say, hey, I like that idea, but I'm going to see how it plays out. I'm going to see if you actually hold up your end of the bargain. And I'm going to maybe buy, 10,000 or whatever, and I'm going to try to redeem it and see what happens. I'm going to see how hard that process is. I'm going to see if you're telling the truth, because I don't trust you. And in the interim, I'm just going to keep using dollars because that's what I know. That's what I'm accustomed to. And that's what's easiest. You see, that's the reality of the situation, right? Now, if let's say we don't have some decree at all and Turkey creates their own gold-backed currency, and I'm not saying they're going to, I'm just using this as a hypothetical. And then let's say that their economy really starts to grow and really starts to do well. They've got sound money. Great. So now more and more businesses are doing that. The government doesn't need to come out and say, use our currency. We're setting up a trade agreement with blah, 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 blah. and we're only going to settle oil in the new Turkish lira backed by gold. They don't have to do that because the market's going to just gravitate in that direction. You see, the central planners don't have currently, who knows what happens to the central bank digital currency, but the central planners don't have a lot of say in the currency that a lot of these entities use. So that's how I would look at it. But to give you a direct answer, is it fragile, untested? Of course it is. We don't, it's not even, it doesn't even exist. So it's going to definitely untested by definition. But even if they start, assuming they do, it is going to be incredibly fragile. It doesn't mean it's not going to work, but it's by no means a guarantee.